At this stage of life, you've walked through decades of change. You've raised families, built careers, and weathered storms, both great and small. And with those years comes a wisdom that cannot be found in books or on screens. But what if I told you the smallest shifts, tiny, almost invisible habits, could bring even more peace, clarity, and ease into your home? These aren't massive overhauls or endless to-do lists. They're gentle, powerful practices that honor your experience while lightening your daily life. Today we'll explore habits so simple they feel effortless, and yet so profound they transform the way you live. Welcome to Beyond Seniors, Tiny Habits for All Ages, where the wisdom you already carry becomes the key to a calm, organized, and truly peaceful home. When people hear the phrase, senior habits, they often imagine routines designed only for older adults, simplified checklists, reminders, restrictions. But let's pause and rethink that. The truth is, habits cultivated later in life aren't about limitation at all. They're about refinement. Think of it this way. After 70 years, you've tested countless ways of doing things. You've kept what works. You've quietly discarded what doesn't. That's not just senior wisdom. That's universal wisdom. These are insights that people half your age are still struggling to discover. So when we talk about habits today, don't think of them as labels tied to age. See them as treasures. Small practices polished by decades of living. And whether you're 70 or 17, these principles bring the same gift, a life that flows more smoothly, a home that feels lighter, and a heart that feels calmer. Now let's talk about something extraordinary. The power of the micro shift. A micro shift is a small action, so small it almost feels too simple. But when practiced daily, it begins to change everything. Imagine placing a pebble in the same spot every day by a riverbank. Over time, the entire landscape changes. That's the quiet magic of tiny habits. Take the 1-minute rule. If something will take less than 1 minute, do it immediately. Hang the coat, rinse the cup, fold the blanket. These actions may feel invisible in the moment, but together they prevent chaos from piling up. Or consider the 2-minute walk. Instead of planning a long exercise routine, just step outside for 2 minutes. Breathe the fresh air. Often, those 2 minutes naturally turn into 10. The secret isn't in doing more. The secret is in doing smaller, gentle, steady steps carry you farther than overwhelming leaps. And as seniors, you already know this truth, because life itself has taught it to you. So, how do we bring these micro shifts into our homes? Let's explore a few practical, universal habits that keep any living space calm and welcoming. First, the 1 in, 1 out rule. Each time something new enters your home, a book, a shirt, even a kitchen tool, let one item go. This prevents buildup without needing a massive decluttering session. Next, the basket method. Keep a simple basket in the living room or kitchen. Throughout the day, if something is out of place, drop it in the basket. Then once a day, take just 5 minutes to return everything to where it belongs. And here's the golden rule. Everything deserves a home. The keys by the door, the reading glasses in the drawer, the blanket folded in its corner. When objects have a resting place, decisions fade away. No more wondering, where should I put this? Instead, your home begins to guide you. What makes these hacks powerful is not their complexity, it's their simplicity. They honor your energy, they honor your time, they create order without effort. A home that feels light, not heavy. A space that welcomes you instead of demanding from you. But let's step beyond tidy rooms and organized shelves. Because the truth is, what happens in your home shapes what happens in your mind. When you walk into a cluttered room, the brain senses unfinished business. Each object calls for attention, pulling at your focus, quietly raising stress. But when you enter a calm, organized space, the opposite happens. Your mind exhales. Stress lowers, clarity rises. This ripple effect is powerful. A serene environment nurtures a serene spirit. Suddenly, reading becomes more enjoyable. Conversations feel easier. Even rest feels deeper. And here's the secret. These benefits are not just for the young and the busy. At 70, 80, and beyond, mental clarity is just as precious. In fact, it's essential. You can also weave in small rituals, a cup of tea, in the same chair each morning, a few moments of quiet breathing before bed. These simple anchors tie your days together, and they create peace that extends far beyond the walls of your home. So how do you begin? Start by choosing just one tiny habit. Perhaps it's the 1-minute rule, or maybe it's designating a single basket for items that wander. The key is not to overhaul everything at once. The key is to pick one small practice and do it consistently. Over time, that one practice becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth or locking the door. And when you're ready, add another. But here's something vital. Do not aim for perfection. Life is not perfect, and neither are homes. What matters is the gentle rhythm of trying, not the spotless picture of success. Celebrate every small win. Smile when the keys are exactly where you need them. Feel the calm of returning a single item to its home. These are not chores, they are gifts. Gifts you give to your future self each day. As we close, remember this. The wisdom you carry at 70, 80, or 90 is unmatched. You have already lived through the seasons of doing too much, of juggling and rushing. Now your life invites you into something different, a season of gentle ease. Tiny habits are not about changing who you are. They're about honoring who you've always been. They lighten your home, they calm your mind, and they create space for what truly matters. Connection, peace, joy. So today, take one small step. Maybe it's placing your glasses in their home, or walking outside for just 2 minutes. Let that be the beginning of your transformation. And know this, your wisdom is the foundation. These habits are simply the gentle companions that walk alongside it. Thank you for joining us.